Basic Skill Bootcamp, Long Division. In today's lesson, students will review how to solve two-digit division problems with remainders. With what? Very good. So before we go over how to do two-digit division problems, we have to go over the 4 steps of division. So first we have D. D stands for what? First thing you have to do is divide, right? Then you, M, multiply. You do what? Multiply. Okay? After that, you're going to go ahead and subtract. That's what S stands for. And what about B? Remember? Everyone say, bring down. Everyone say it. Bring down. Okay? So in two-digit problems, you have to repeat the steps 2 times. And that's why there's 2 subtraction signs. Yes? Because you're going to do the process of division with each digit. So this says 63 divided by 5. Okay, so this is number 1, 63 divided by 5. And the first thing you have to do is 6 divided by 5, right? You have to work with the first digit. So that's why there are 2 boxes. So we're going to make tallies in this box, and then we're going to make tallies up here. So let's work with 1 digit at a time. So cover up the 3. Everyone cover up the 3. And then you ask yourself, how many times can I skip count by 5 to get to 6? How many times, right? When you try and skip count by 5, it's 5, 10, right? But 10 is too big. So 5 can only go into 6 or skip count to 6 1 time. 5. So we write a 1 right here, and then we multiply 1 times 5. 1 times 5 is 5. We all got that? Okay. So what's the third step now? Now we're going to take 6, take away 5, or 6 minus 5, which is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, the remainder is not 1. We have to do the 4th step, which is B. Everyone say, bring down. Everyone say, bring down. What are we bringing down, guys? What are we going to bring down? We're going to bring down the 3. So you bring down the 3. So there's a little arrow. You're going to bring down the 3. All right. So now, this is probably where some of you get confused. Now we're really looking at 13 divided by 5. So how many times does 5 go into 13? We're going to put tallies in this box. How many times does 5 go into 13? So then we say, okay, 5, 10. 2 times, right? So we're going to put a 2. 2 times 5 is 10. All right, 2 times 5 is 10. So the last thing we have to do here is subtract. Subtract one more time. 13 take away 10, so we just work with 3 minus 0. What is 3 minus 0, people? 3 minus 0 is 3. So you circle that because that's a remainder. And the remainder is 3. So go ahead and write that down. So let's look at example 2. Read it with me. Read it with me. It says 90 divided by 8. Okay, so this is two-digit division, although we could skip count by 8 to get to a number close to 90, right? Okay. First, I want you to just look at what is 9 divided by 8, which means, my friends, means how many times can I skip count by 8 to get to 9? All right, well, you know when you skip count by 8, right, you have 8, 16, but 16 is too big. So this can only go in there 1 time, or you can skip count 1 time to get to a number that is close to 9. So we put a 1 right here, and we know that 1 times 8 is what? What's 1 times 8? 1 times 8 is 8. Very nice. All right. Third step is subtract. 9 take away 8. We have 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have a 1 as a remainder. But now we have to do the 4th step, which is B. We have to bring down the number that's next to it. So we're going to go ahead and bring down what, my friends? We're going to bring down the, what are we going to bring down? We're going to bring down the 0. That's right. Okay, so now how many times, we're going to start this process again, start with D. How many times can you skip count by 8 to get to 10? Is it the same? Is it still 1, right? If you did 8, 16, 16 would be too big. So we're going to put 1 again in the second box. Okay, so we have 1. 1 times 8 is 8. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and do S. What does S stand for? S means subtract 10, take away 8. 10 take away 8, all right, is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So this, my friends, is the, what is this called? Starts with an R. It's the remainder. So the remainder is 2. So here's what this means. It means that, what is 8 times 11? 8 times 11 is what? Anybody know 8 times 11? What is it? It's 88, right? Well, if you go up 2 more, which is 89, 90, you get to 90. So the answer is 11, remainder 2. Go ahead and get that down. Okay, so in problem number 3 says 54 divided by 4. This is a 2-digit number, so what we have to do is work with 1 digit at a time to solve this division problem, right? So we follow the steps DMSB for just 5 divided by 4, okay? And that's what this box, we're going to make tallies in this box. So we have 5 divided by 4, all right? How many times does 4 go into 5? How many times can you skip count by 4 to get to 5, right? If you skip count by 4, you say 4, 8. But 8 is more than 5, isn't it? Yes. So you can only go into 5 one time. 4 can only go into 5 one time. So we put 1 here, okay? So 1 times 4 is, what is it? 4. You're right. 1 times 4 is 4. So we're going to go ahead and subtract 5, take away 4. Now we're going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, but we cannot stop there. That is not our remainder because we still have to work with the 4. What do we have to do to it? We have to bring it down. We have to do what? Bring it down. So we bring down the 4. And now we're going to ask ourselves, we're going to divide 14 divided by 4. Okay? 14 divided by 4. How many times can I skip count by 4 to get to 14? Okay? So I'm going to skip count up here by 4 to get to 14. I'm going to say 4, 8, 12. What would come next? 16, right? But 16 is bigger than 14, so you don't go that far. You just go up, you skip count 3 times. So if you skip count 3 times, you put your 3 right here, and you say, now you multiply, right? 3 times 4 is, what's 3 times 4, guys? 3 times 4 is 12. Very good. Okay. So the last step to this is to subtract the numbers. To do what? Subtract these numbers. So we have 14 minus 2. You just work with 4 minus 2 because 1 take away 1 is 0. Okay, this is 0. So you don't have to put a 0 here. It's invisible. You do 4 minus 2. You say 4, 3, 2. Circle this. What is this called? What's this called, guys? This is called a remainder. Yes, it's called a remainder. Okay? So we say the answer is 13, remainder 2. Very nice. Go ahead and get that down.